Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to download and use the WoW slider to create interactive image galleries. Um, you can use this for free with a watermark, but you can also, if you don't want a watermark, you can purchase the application. So you want to go to wowslider.com and then you want to download the app. I've already downloaded it, so but you'll basically have to give your name and your email and you would download the application. And then you would want to double click it and install it on your computer, and then it'll show up in your app panel right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and launch this. And here you would want to import your images, and I'm going to actually use one of your peers images folder. So I'm going to go ahead and add these 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures, and you want to kind of make sure they're the same size. You want to add them in there, and then you'll have some options of the transitions that you want to use. So I don't really like that, but it's, as you can see, when I change these, you get like different types of transitions. So just look at all of them and pick something that you feel is best reflective of your design aesthetics. So there's like parallax. I really like this particular effect. I think it looks really good. And then you also have different kind of templates for the way that you want the navigation and the buttons to work. And remember, this is all done for me. Like all I did was to add the pictures in, and you can see it automatically created the thumbnails for me and so on. So let's say I'm happy with this look here. I have a whole bunch of them here, as you can kind of see, but I'm gonna choose this one. And you can also modify like the color of the text and some other the font face and the size and so on. So once you did that, you want to click on the publish button, and then it asks you, oh okay, where do you want me to put this? So I'm going to click on the browse, and I'm going to go to the desktop. I'm going to choose the folder that I'm working with, and I'm going to choose that. And it asks me, says, okay, do you want to name it WoW Slider? And I'm going to just leave it as it is, and it assigns like an ID. So I'm going to go ahead and click publish. And now if I come back to my folder, you'll see that I have a WoW Slider, 3 WoW Slider HTML files, and a data file which includes the images that I'm using, and the toolbar, which is the thumbnail version of the images, which are these, which the program automatically created for me. And I also have the engine, which is like the jQuery and the scripts that is using to run this slider. Remember, I didn't have to write a single line of code. Now if you double click the how to HTML, it's going to walk you through exactly what you need to do. So it's telling me to copy this code, and remember, it's assigned to the engine was 1, data 1, engine 1. That's really important because it means that you can have multiple WoW sliders in your website as long as this data 1 and engine 1 is different. So let's say you want to have another gallery on a different page, you just want to make sure to change the name to, let's say, data 2 or engine 2. So it's telling me Okay, copy this code into the header of your page. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to open up the gallery page of my site. And first, before I do anything, I'm going to just make sure to define my site so the program knows where my files are located. So this step is extremely important. You want to choose save. I say okay, I'm done, and now you can see all the files right there. So I'm gonna I have my index page. I'm gonna go ahead and put that code in the header, and see, it gives me also the actual like hint guide, the code. Basically it gives me the code hints as well. And I'm going to come back down here. So this is what I like you to do for the next submission. So I want you to go ahead and delete the carousel. And remember, we add this code so I know exactly where the opening of my carousel is. And I'm gonna, this is the closing carousel, so that makes my life a lot easier. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to just exactly where it is after the nav, before the opening of the text. I'm going to go back to this HTML file, the how-to file, and I'm going to, I already copied and pasted in the header of my page. I'm going to copy the entire code and come back to my gallery HTML and paste the code right there. And as you can see, it's going to run the code, and it also gives me the, you know, it says, okay, let's see here. There we go. It points to the images. See, it's in data. Let me just get to the, it says, oh, your pictures, this giraffe is located in this location, data 1, images, and so on. So it already kind of did every single thing that would have taken me hours and hours to prepare. It already just did all that for me. I'm going to preview this. You can see that I have my slider, and it's already dynamic. As I resize it, it shrinks. So and it already basically has all the thumbnails, and I can stop it. I can, you know, I can, it's just completely interactive. So this is how you use the wow slider to add an image gallery to your page. And you can also see the names here. So if I want to change that, you can do it in 2 different places. You can simply just you know, before you you know, when I imported the images, you can have those names changed prior to that. Or if you want to, when you're here, if you click on the actual text, like image, you can see the text here, and you would change it, you know, maybe it just says Buffalo from you know, in whatever country it's from. So this is, you can change it, and then you would simply have to publish it again. And if you did that, so let's say if I just go here and just get rid of the 1280. So here's, you can change the titles of your page. And I'm gonna go ahead and click more settings here, and here I'm gonna change you can change the width and the height. You can choose custom instead of the default 1027 68 because that's too tall. And then you can, if you want to change the template, you decide that you want to choose another look or another transition, you can simply do that. And it just kind of gives you like a little preview, and you can modify the speed of your template as well, and you can click apply. And also, if you purchase this app, you can have it so the watermark doesn't show. And so these are some general settings in terms of like how you want to name, the slider, and if you want to show the pause and play button, or if you don't want any of those options to show up, so you can customize these further. And also, the default thumbnail is set to 48 pixels wide, width and height, and you can change that. You can also change it where you want the thumbnails to show up. So you can kind of have fun just customizing these settings. And then again, this is where you would customize the size, the font face, the background template color, the effects, and so on. And now I'm going to go ahead and say publish, and I'm going to make sure again this is set to 1. I'm going to confirm the location that where it's going to be saved, which is the right location, and then I'm going to say publish. Now you can see that the name updated, the template updated, and the effects updated as well. Okay, so now I've published the page with newer effects and the newer name. So I would need to, you want to look at your file again, you go to how to page, you double click it, and all you have to do is, since I've updated the second part of the page, you want to copy it and replace the page that your HTML page. So you'd want to go to where it says wow slider and just replace it. So it would be till, let's see here, end of wow slider. That's one way you can do that. And as an alternative, if you don't want to do that, you could go and where it says the title of each of your images, you can simply delete the 1280 manually. But I'm actually not going to do that because I find it easier to simply just delete this and paste it, because I don't want to make mistakes in the code. So now if you preview it, you could see that I have a new revised template. I have my names are all updated, and I have new sets of effects. So you can actually change that. If you look, create your effects and you're not happy with it, you can simply go back to your WoW, and remember, you must save it in the same folder. And this is what the icon is going to look like. You simply roll it in, and you'll want to kind of save it, and then you can just go back and make your changes, and then simply export it out and copy and paste the code as I've shown you. So this is how you would be using a WoW slider.